There's a full moon in the sign of Gemini, the twins, on the 25th. And on the 22nd, the sun will ingress into the sign of Sagittarius. So this is sort of a happy birthday to Sagittarius. The combination of planetary and astrological events this week is a perfect setup. And that's going to cause people who wish to understand the nature of the divine will be able to understand intellectually. So in other words, intelligence and spirituality are going to be able to both be satisfied. You won't have one fighting with the other. You'll have an ability to have your intellect and your spiritual musings or creativity or imaginings join forces, and you will feel congruent at that point. This is going to be due to this full moon in Gemini, because these events have a bit of a sort of a feeling before and after. Yes? So you're going to be able to feel these energies a little bit before the event and a little bit after. I'm Pastor Rosemary, Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. Now first we're going to get through these events and what angels are associated with them, Zodiac angels and the planetary angels. And then, of course, at the end of the transmission, we're going to get through the 12 angels of the Zodiac that go with your sign and how your specific sign is affected, what house this full moon in Gemini is going to affect for you specifically. Okay, now on the 22nd, again, we have this Sun Ingress Sagittarius event. That's on November 22nd, and that's Sagittarius the Archer. The Sun Ingress Sagittarius seeks the light of day to shine upon the murky issues yet mysterious to the mundane mind. And we'll see here in a moment just exactly how the full moon in Gemini will help this situation. You know, issues like evolution, if you're a spiritual person or a religious person versus, you know, someone who's just into science. There are ways to fulfill both the intellect of science and the scriptures that religions are based on. For if you actually read your scriptures, you'll find out that there really is no real difference or bone of contention between religion and science. Not when you really look at it. And of course, Rosicrucian Kabbalah helps. So this is going to be something that will, again, on the 25th, you'll be able to ascertain how these two things, these two seemingly opposite sides of the coin, can be merged. On the 25th, again, we have the moon in Gemini. That's the full moon in the sign of Gemini, the twins. The full moon in Gemini makes for increased imaginings and attempts to decipher the emotional expressions of others, which have nothing to do with logic. It's not really science that's a problem. It's really when we try to understand the heart, and we try to understand emotions, and we try to get a graph and a chart to explain exactly how a person is going to react emotionally, how a person is going to react when it comes to romance, when it comes to matters of the heart, when it comes to love. We try to figure it out with the mind. And this is how we try to understand spirituality as well. So this is where the true intellectus sinus, the intelligence, not of the mind, but of the heart, comes into play. All right, now, continuing, we're going to get to the angels that have to do with these two events. On the 22nd, the Sun ingress Sagittarius, the Sun, that's the Archangel Michael, the Archangel of the Sun, and the Archangel that has to do with fire signs as well, brings the light of reasonable faith to the inhabitants who dwell in the realm of H.O.A.F, which is associated with the sign of Sagittarius. On the 25th of November, we have the full moon. That's the full moon in Gemini. We have the full moon, that's Gabriel, the Archangel, the planetary angel. Gabriel bestows imagination, deciphering skills, and quick wit to the inhabitants of the realm of the Zodiac angel Umbriel. That's the sign of Gemini, the twins. Now for astrology, angel magic evocations. The evocation for the full moon in Gemini, the planetary archangel correspondences for your Christian magical workings. We have the planetary archangel correspondences. We have full moon, that's Gabriel, it's the archangel Gabriel, and that's the mighty one of God. Okay, the archangel Gabriel is the mighty one of God in Christian Kabbalah. The incense to use are jasmine and sandalwood, and the gemstone you can use is carnelian. The Hebrew letter is Semic, and the scripture you can use is Luke 1, chapter 1, verse 19. That's Luke chapter 1, verse 19. For the zodiac angel correspondence for Gemini, the sign of Gemini the twins, we have the zodiac angel Umbriel, and the tribe that we are associating is the tribe of Manasseh. That's the tribe of Israel, Manasseh. Manasseh and Ephraim are both parts of the house of Joseph. And the incense is lemongrass or peppermint, and the gemstone is pearl. The Hebrew letter is the Hebrew letter Zion, and the correspondence from scripture that's most best used here is Genesis 38, that's chapter 38, verse 27. Okay? Now, different sources attribute the tribes of Israel to different signs of the zodiac. And these signs of the zodiac gotten from the Hebrew calendar, and then that is gotten from Egypt. So it goes, way back, and that is gotten originally from Babylon. So it goes back and back and back. So we're associating right now Manasseh. We have some, a time ago, maybe not that long ago, but many moons ago, we made our own seemingly logical, from just what it says in the book of Genesis, associations of which tribe of Israel goes with which modern Western sign of the zodiac. And we'll share that with you later. But for right now, we're just going with one that we feel resonates with us. But there are many different associations. But the trick is, when you're using magic, is you have to use something that resonates with you. It has to resonate with you, or it's not going to work. And if you go back into the Sefer Yetzirah, you will find that if you go back and back and back, it's what one rabbi thought or felt. So these are coming from inner world. So it doesn't mean it's not real just because it comes from an inner world and you share it with someone else. It has to touch you deeply inside. It has to touch your heart and touch your emotionality, or it will not work. If it touches you, it will. All right, now we're going to get to the zodiac signs for your specific sign, and the zodiac angel associated with the sign, and what house this full moon in Gemini is going to affect for each specific sign. So you can find this out for yourself or for your loved ones, the people you care about. All right, for the sign of Aries, we have Aries the ram. We have the zodiac angel Melchidael. We have the full moon in Gemini, granting inventive thoughts, interpreting capacity, and speedy chattering. into your third house of transportation and communication. All right, so what does this mean? This means that you're going to have the ability to decipher seemingly coded messages from others. You're going to be able to decipher it, and you're also going to be able to have very imaginative ideas about what that might mean, and you're also going to be able to speedily get information to other people. So you're going to be given perhaps new ways through technology to get information to people. So we already have faster and faster and faster ways to get information from one person to another, from one location to another, and this is going to obviously quicken. It's going to cause a quickening. Now, for the sign of Taurus, the bull, we have the zodiac angel Asmodai. And the full moon in Gemini bestows original ideas, decoding talents, and fast talking into your second house of money and possessions. This is going to give you, Taurus, the ability to go ahead and find ways to make money through your ability at fast talking, your ability at quick wit, your ability to be funny, your ability to be humorous, your ability to get people to believe what you're saying. You get the idea. For the sign of Gemini, the twins, the zodiac angel Umbriel, full moon in Gemini brings imagination, deciphering skills, and quick wit into your first house of yourself and your appearances. So this is going to be very important for you, Gemini, because this is all about how you appear to others, what they think of you, how you appear. How do people see me? What do they think? What do they think about you? 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 What do they think about me? This is what we're all concerned about. What do people think? In reality, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Why? Because who are they thinking about? Themselves. That's right. They're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. They're only thinking about how you can help them. That's all they care about. So understand that, and you'll be ahead of the game 1,000-fold. For the sign of Cancer, the crab, we have the zodiac angel Muriel. The full moon in Gemini presents original thoughts, deciphering capacity, and witty conversation into your 12th house of spirituality. So for you, this means that you're going to be able to figure out, this is going to be very important and quite frankly quite a bit of fun. You're going to be able to figure out how to utilize very intense forms of magic like goetic magic or Enochian magic to decipher the codes that have been left from our forebears like Christian Rosencrantz and John Dee and Edward Kelly. You're going to be able to figure these things out. But it's not so much that you're sitting and pondering. No, it's more that you're actually, how shall we say, you're, quite frankly, it's as you're thinking about it, it's happening. So it's almost like you won't need some kind of brain chip to get you to be able to get into these realms. You'll do it quite naturally, and that'll be a lot of fun. That will be wondrous. For the sign of Leo the lion, we have the zodiac angel Virchiel, and the full moon in Gemini gives novel ideas, interpreting skills, and rapid-fire thinking into your 11th house of your friends and your reputation. So this is going to affect how you make friends, the kind of friends you make. It's going to affect the reputation that you glean and you are able to have bestowed upon you because of the kinds of friends you have. And what Leo is good at figuring out how to merge people who are snobs with people who are down to earth. Because Leo has a compassionate heart. But Leo cares about a person's dignity and a person's comfort. So Leo is very good at understanding that people that may seem to be snobs are actually probably either shy or they've been harassed so much they gave up on talking to people or giving other people, and they just focus on themselves because they've been harassed so much. So Leo understands. So Leo can begin to help merge people and tribes and various types of societies and religions and whatnot that seem to be on two different sides of the fence. And that's why Leos are very good at being negotiators. So negotiation skills are going to be your strength, Leo, with your friends and your reputation. And they need you now more than ever. Really. Seriously. For the sign of Virgo, the Virgin, we have the zodiac angel H.O.A.F. Full moon in Gemini confers innovative ideas, decoding ability, and humorous banter into your 10th house of your social standing and your fame. So how famous you are, how infamous you are. You don't want to be infamous, you want to be famous. You care about what people think of you. You care about your social standing, but not in a way that's, again, you're not a snob, but you are sensitive. Virgos are extremely sensitive individuals. Therefore, they may get hassled a lot and they just shrug it off. But it doesn't mean that they don't feel it. So right now, Virgos are being pampered a little bit more than maybe they like, but they're starting to like it again. They used to get pampered, and now they're getting pampered again. So Virgo, this is good for you. Allow the pampering, because people are going to help you. People are going to elevate your social status. Not that it really needs to be elevated, but you will be elevated to another rung of the ladder. And go ahead and allow this, even though you might not care all that much. And your fame will be elevated. And Virgo's sensitivity, it's almost like they resist. Virgos resist. And sometimes they have to rely on other signs of the zodiac, some fire signs, to help move them along, like the fire signs like Leos and Sagittarius and Aries, to kind of push Virgo, along. Sometimes that's necessary. But it'll be good for you, Virgo. For the sign of Libra, the scales, we have the zodiac angel Zuriel. Full moon in Gemini bestows creative thoughts, deciphering skills, and quick thinking into your 9th house of life path, meaning Libra. So the North Node is no longer shining its effect, your energy, influence on your sign. It's now, the North Node is now influencing Virgo. Okay, so now you get a little bit of a breather, Libra. Again, but this 9th house of life path meaning is still going to cause you to have a lot of ability to figure out the meaning and purpose of your life and the path you need to follow from here on. Because you're really wondering, now what do I do? I want to do this, I want to do that, but you might feel that you really don't know what to do at this point, but you're getting a bit of a second wind, so take advantage of it, because you're an air sign, so you are going to have a lot of quick thinking from this full moon in Gemini, because Gemini is an air sign, mutable air, your cardinal air. Okay, so you have a little bit of more of a fiery aspect, Gemini a little more watery aspect. So what you need to do is use this ritual that we've given you. Do it. Do the ritual. Okay, do it. We've shown you how. Now do the ritual. And don't get so nervous that you can't do it. Just stay relaxed and go through the motions and let the universe, let the sylphs work for you. These air sylphs, these air elementals, the sylphs, they will work for you. They will. The gnomes will cobble for you. The sylphs will think for you and communicate and connect for you. The salamanders will give you the energy you need. You know, they'll feed off your air, quite frankly, but you need to be fed off of. The salamanders, the fire will do that for you because it gives you the energy. And the undines will make sure that none of this gets out of hand by continuing to throw water on everything. But that gives us life and gives us the rain we need. It gives us life, the water. Okay? We come in through blood and water, and we go out through blood and water. All right. For the sign of Scorpio, the scorpion, and that's the zodiac angel H.O.A.F, the full moon in Gemini, bequeaths exceptional ideas, deciphering talents, and quick ideas into your 8th house of birth, sex, death, and debt. And this is really, you know, hones in for you, this 8th house, okay? So what you need to understand is that this is going to be very intense for you. If you do the ritual that we've given you and you apply it to you, and you go to our Zodiac Angel Magick website, you will, you'll be able to see how you can apply even more to yourself. But you don't got to get all upset about it, because it's all about, again, intellectus sinus, intelligence of the heart. All right? So these are the most important areas of your life, Scorpio. It's about what you're going to give birth to. It's about who and whom you're going to have sex with. It's about who and how you're going to get into a situation that will be a death or cause you to get into debt. Because what is this about? What is this about? This is about the nexus between the living and the world of the non-living, the non-existent world and the existent world. This is about the nexus between the two. This is where it happens. That's the same thing as communication being exchanged. It's about, is there communication or is there not? Is there communication between the non-existent and the existent world? Because what is a book? A book is a seed. That's what it is. What is your brain? Your brain is a womb. You read a book, and that goes in. That's a seed into your brain that gives birth to what? To new thoughts, ideas, feelings, religions, sciences, whatever. Okay? So this is where it's important. Okay? Because that's how things happen or don't. Like, what will cause someone to get in debt? They have to feel that something will happen, or they have to want something to happen. If they don't want something to happen, it won't. All right. For the sign, so it's important. For the sign of Sagittarius, the archer, the zodiac angel H.O.A.F, the full moon in Gemini bestows novel brainstorming, decoding talents, and speedy invention into your 7th house of law and commitment. Okay? So the 7th house is, again, what you're committed to. It's about legal matters. And this is going to cause you to have a more creative way of dealing with these issues in your life. It's going to cause you to be quicker on the mark than people who are not able to get just the basic necessities of life when it comes to commitment, when it comes to legal matters. You know, for you, with this full moon, you're going to be able to be quicker on the mark than anybody else. So if you want someone to commit to you about something, or you want to get something legally, you need to do this ritual, Sagittarius, that we've given you because this will make you quicker than anyone else, and you'll be able to get a head start on all your competitors when it comes to some of these very important issues that will secure you. So it's very important that you do these rituals that we're giving you. For the sign of Capricorn, the goat, the zodiac angel H.O.A.F, the full moon in Gemini imparts new dreams, decoding aptitude, and high-speed capabilities into your 6th house of habits and health. So, Capricorn, this is going to make you quicker off the mark when it comes to getting a head start on others for your personal daily routines that make you just a better, more efficient, smarter, quicker, faster human being. And your health habits, your daily routines, your ability to be better and better and better, especially when it comes to your ability to function in the physical world and to get a head start on everybody else, for being more efficient and just better at what you do. This is going to be a very important ritual, and you will be able, if you do the ritual we've given you, you will be able to really get a head start on everybody else. So it's very important that you do the ritual we give you. And you can connect to our Zodiac Angel Magic website and some of the other Angel Magic websites we've given you. For the sign of Aquarius, the water bear, the zodiac angel Cambriel, the full moon in Gemini, presents creative ideas, decoding talents, and fast talking into your 5th house of your children and your children's creative projects, your creative projects, that kind of thing. So this is the 5th house. This is a very important house. It's how you create your projects, how you express yourself creatively. It is about your kids, the keikis, the children's creative projects, and how you can all, better be involved in these projects together. Now, this will give you and everybody that you're involved with in creative projects and the kids' creative projects, it will give everybody a head start. That's why these rituals are very important. They're very family-oriented rituals. They're very family-friendly, very Christian-oriented and Christian family-oriented. So you can, this is not going to invoke anything nasty, because these rituals have been honed. These Rosicrucian Kabbalah is very honed and very family-oriented. It's very good for family. It's really very cleanly and hygienic. This is a very cleanly and hygienic Christian Rosicrucian Kabbalistic magical system. It is extremely hygienic. So you can feel good about using it. Then we suggest you do. For the sign of Pisces, the fish, and the zodiac angel Amnitziel. The full moon in Gemini confers innovative plans, deciphering capacity, and brisk humor into your 4th house of home and family. So this is going to really help you shine. We insist that you do the ritual we provided for you. The Rosicrucian Kabbalistic system is extremely hygienic, is it extremely family-friendly, Christian-friendly. It is a very light system, not light meaning bright. We're saying that it is of the light. It lets in an enormous amount of light, the light of bestowal from Creator. It allows quite a bit. So we're not going to be dealing with anything nasty. If you want to deal with the dark side, feel free, because without the dark, the light cannot bestow. So, use the light we've given you. Please, we don't mind you using the light that we're giving you. It's especially good for home, for family, and for the health of home and family. Again, it's family-friendly, Christian-friendly, and you're not going to bring anything bad into your home if you use these rituals. And again, this is going to enable you to decipher the works of our great predecessors like John Dee and Edward Kelly, Christian Rosencrantz, and the works of all these great and wonderful people. So please feel free to use these rituals. They'll be good for you. All right. Now, one disclaimer we have to make. High magic can be dangerous, though. And this is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. So we're suggesting that if you do our rituals, that a proper adult always be present. We consider an adult 21 years of age or older. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Join us again next time.